On the Loop Information Station. Vic Faust, Grant Salzman, in here with you. We had a busy weekend, Mr. Faust. Missouri took on Kansas in the border war. We found out Missouri's bowl destination as well on the football side, and just craziness in the college football world. How was your weekend? How'd you digest all the news with the border war and the bowl destination?
Well, there's a lot there. It may not seem like a lot, but you asked me a question that was really
jam-packed question.
It was really loaded.
We can start wherever you want.
All right, let's start from the football side, just because I know we've been in football mode for a long time. We'll be easing back out of it into Mizzou basketball.
And then we'll be easing back into it with the transfer news and stuff like that.
That's true. First, Mizzou, their bowl game, I'm fine with the Gator Bowl. Totally fine with it.
It's a good bowl.
Yeah, it is what it is. Haven't been there forever. That's why I like it. New destination, because there are Missouri fans who do love to go bowling. You may not know one, you may not be one, but there are people who love to go to Missouri bowl games. And for that, I'm grateful for it. I'm glad that they're going. For however long we have the bowl system in place,
they'll never get rid of the bowl system
for everything that's going on. As long as there's advertisers that want to pay money, and you have conferences that can, let's say, fine teams like Kansas State and Iowa State $500,000 for refusing to go to bowl games, and those schools have agreed to it, you're going to have bowl games. I like the matchup. I like the bowl game. I like the night. There's not one thing I don't like about the bowl game. And the only thing I want to wait and see is something I've been concerned about for several weeks, and that's who Missouri will actually take to play in that game, and hoping that Matt Zollers gets the majority share of the reps, because I don't think that, and this goes into my other previous situation, I don't think Missouri should come back next year with Purbuell as their starting quarterback. So I have kind of gone out on a limb and said those things, and that's why I hope that bowl setting, all perfect. Now I want to see who Eli Drinkwitz shows up with.
Yeah, I mean, a Saturday night game the weekend before the New Year's Day games. I mean, it's going to be the premier game on that night, which is awesome. There might be some NFL to compete with, but still awesome that a Saturday night game in Jacksonville, awesome. My only qualm is I would like to play a Big 12 team, a Big 10 team, someone. Virginia's fine.
You know why I like it
just
better
fine.
than
I
a
think
Big 10?
will win. They haven't played Virginia in forever, though, which is...
Well, let's wait and see. Let's see who they have. I want to make sure we have
Who do you think they won't have, though? That's what my question. Who would opt out of this game?
Both our defensive ends.
But are they high enough picks?
McClellan,
but not
our D-line.
But these are like their second, fourth round guys. I think maybe Zion Young.
I have been around football for a long time, and I have seen so many guys get bad information, opt out of games, think that there's something special about them, and they're really not. Toriano Pride.
I would be shocked beyond belief if Toriano Pride opt out.
I'm hoping. I hope that they keep everybody in place and that it's all fine. If they show up with the team that we saw them play, then they should win. I haven't seen a line for the game yet. I didn't look for one since last night.
I don't think they're going to give one just yet, because I think they're trying to figure out.
Gotta wait and see.
Play. Let me see if I can find one on DraftKings.
So the thing about that game too is I like Virginia's matchup better because it's different. Everything is a bit different.
You're right.
It's not a Big 10. It's not a Big 12. Oh, we get to play an ACC team down in Florida. This is great. The only thing that I think could have been better is if we played Georgia Tech, but that didn't happen once we had the situation occur that Notre Dame decided not to. If Notre Dame would have played a bowl,
they probably would. Everyone got bumped up. Yeah,
we would have been playing Georgia Tech,
which would have been fun.
Which would have been fun, and which would have been something that I appreciate. That would have been great. So anyway, it didn't happen, and we're left with that matchup. But I'm grateful, and Virginia's a ranked team, or at least they were. I think they're still ranked. I don't know.
I'm not sure. The AP poll hasn't come out yet. Virginia. Missouri opens as a 7-point favorite against the Cavaliers.
That seems normal. That's good. That's what the team that we have in place. Let's keep them and let's go and see what Missouri can do. Good luck tackling. Introduce them to Ahmad Hardy.
Yeah, and I'm excited about it. It's not, I wouldn't say a premier bowl, but for the bowl system we have, it's a pretty darn good bowl.
Yeah, it is. So from a bowl standpoint, I'm happy. I'm pleased with that. There we go. Let's go win it and finish this year 9-4.
Another win.
That's what you've got to do in your fifth straight bowl game. So that did it with Missouri. I don't know if there's really a lot to talk about when it comes to Mizzou football.
No, the drink with news is kind of older. I think it'll be interesting as the next week or two who ends up putting their name in the transfer portal. Those guys will be the transfer guys.
Yeah, recruiting is still going on, which is so weird these days. It's not like the old time.
But with the switch of the transfer portal, I think a lot of guys will just play. And then they'll transfer out after. So I don't think we'll hear a lot of news of transfers or transferring outs or ins until
maybe not a lot,
the bowl game.
But they've already begun.
It's already begun.
Yeah,
it just won't be public knowledge. Yes, for sure.
That happens.
Mm-hmm.
So that goes it. Then you have the Missouri side of that. We talk about that. Then it leads us into where we are from a college football standpoint and everything from the past weekend. And
we'll just talk about that. We'll talk about basketball. So we talk about the SEC on the show. We're SEC fans.
Yes.
So Bama loses to Georgia. By the way, I think Georgia's one of the best teams in the country. I said this. I think them, Ohio State, Indiana. Georgia really steamrolls Bama. Bama doesn't fall out. Instead, we kind of knew it was going to be, especially after Texas Tech beat BYU, there's going to be three teams for two spots between Bama, Miami, and Notre Dame. And I think the two right teams got in between Bama and Miami.
And they did. And that's because, once again, Miami, let me make this as simple as we possibly can. Miami played Notre Dame head to head.
And who won?
And Miami won.
Oh, so it shouldn't matter that even though that game was week 1,
no.
They beat them.
It's called a schedule for a reason.
They won.
The
football game.
As the problem with, and I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to be mean to Notre Dame fan, is the fact that the committee screwed up by ranking them higher.
For the last week, whose day they ranked them higher?
So they gave them false hope. That's like the pretty girl that you're interested in keeping you around. And it goes back to Jim Carrey saying, so you're saying there's a chance. The playoff committee allowed Notre Dame to actually think in some sort of fake reality that a universe that doesn't exist, that you're actually, I never doubted that Notre Dame, if faced with Miami, a decision would get in over Miami because they beat them head to head. But for whatever reason, they kept them still above Miami.
Which was just ridiculous on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And they gave up the garbage excuse.
That's the problem.
Well, BYU was in between them. So after BYU lost, then we could evaluate Notre Dame and Miami head to head. That is a load of bull.
Yeah, it was
you felt the pressure, so you switched. It was right. They got the right choice. It should have been that way all along.
Yeah.
Now,
at the end of the day, they got it right.
If I'm going to go the other way,
there's not even a question of whether they got it right or not.
I'm Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame is really, really good. I mean, the sports books thought Notre Dame was really, really good. They gave them the 4th shortest odds to win the national championship. So that's where I think that what would give me a better game. I think Notre Dame is better than Miami. Like, I think right now you roll the ball out, Notre Dame beats Miami, but it didn't happen.
No.
It doesn't matter what I think.
And it shouldn't
Miami beat Notre Dame.
Yeah, they beat them.
That's what should happen, and that's what did happen. So I think that they got the answer right.
Exactly. They got it right. And it's like, I don't even know why it's a question. Okay. And I could care less whether Notre Dame plays in a bowl game or not. It's their prerogative.
I think that's bowl too.
Well, I mean, whatever. Who cares? I mean, I'm like, they don't want to play. This isn't the first time Notre Dame has done this, by the way.
They're such crybabies.
They as a friend of mine.
And I like Notre Dame.
Well, I do. I get it.
I have a soft spot for them.
As a friend of mine told me, Vic, this is such a Notre Dame thing to do. And the problem is that it reeks of we're better than you. We think we're better than you.
We don't need to join a conference because
we don't need to join. And this is just par for the course. It's apropos, and I'm glad that it worked out. You don't join a conference. You take the easy road, and you have taken the easy road, because if you played in the SEC with Missouri's schedule, I promise you would have lost at least 3 games. Promise you, at least 3 games. Notre Dame, who did you beat this year? Nobody.
Here's my thing.
Nobody. You beat nobody. You played nobody, which means you'll sit on the bench and continue to be a nobody. And I'm not trying to be mean. Notre Dame, you're a nobody. You're not relevant right now because you don't play the schedule that teams in the SEC do. Missouri played a better schedule than you, and it's not even close. At least 3 losses.
Yeah,
Missouri played
a better schedule. Yes,
four
yes,
top 10 teams. Notre Dame would be like, they wouldn't know what to do with a schedule like that. They wouldn't.
Notre Dame's in the ACC in basketball, right? So let's just say Notre Dame was in the ACC. And I know people are like, well, conference championships, they're useless, blah, blah, blah. If Notre Dame was in the ACC and won the ACC, they'd be in the playoff right now.
Yep.
No qualms.
That's why
that extra game probably could really help.
Yeah, it could have. And here's the thing.
But do you see the clause that's in that? Is
which clause?
That from now on, starting next year, if Notre Dame's ranked in the top 12, no matter conference championship or not, they are in.
Yeah.
So this year it would have been Notre Dame in and bumping either Alabama or probably Miami out.
The problem with
biggest
doing
load of garbage ever.
Yeah,
it's so stupid.
It is. This is why I'm sorry, Notre Dame fan. If that's the school you follow, I would be embarrassed. Seriously, because you whined and you cried, and you're very good at whining and crying. And I have no problem with Notre Dame, but you whine and you cry and you act like you're better than people. And I do have a problem with people who think they're better than others.
Yeah.
And Notre Dame does. Is the fact that now what the committee did, because they're humans, they're prone to mistake. By doing the clause that they did, they gave Notre Dame an out from joining a conference.
Yeah. College football gave them an out.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
And that's ridiculous.
But, it's karma for Notre Dame for not joining the conference, and you lost to Miami. The only problem, this would have been headed off a long time ago if the committee would have had, when Miami started winning games again, bumped them ahead of Notre Dame since they beat them.
What do you think about Vandy not getting in? I mean, that was pretty obvious they weren't going to get in.
Yeah, but I would make a case that Vandy has a stronger case for the tournament or for the playoff than Notre Dame. Look at their schedules. When they played the teams that they beat 4 ranked teams. They beat 4 ranked teams. Notre Dame didn't.
No.
And then you look at the losses Vanderbilt had. They have a better resume for the tournament or for the playoff than Notre Dame. If you break them down and look at it, they do.
Their teams is very strong.
Yeah, and if you look at it, they have a better resume. So when you ask me about Vanderbilt, here's what I do, and I'll bring up about Vandy. Clark Lee, their head coach, he didn't come out and pull the crybaby act that Notre Dame did. Their alumni didn't come out and pull the crybaby acts that Notre Dame did. Clark Lee came out and said, you know what? We didn't do enough.
No.
Gosh, how refreshing is it to actually get somebody with substance and style speak to the manner of which he did and didn't pull the entitlement? Because right now it's the University of Notre Dame fighting entitlement. That is their mascot. They are the entitled. So that little leprechaun, that's a face of entitlement, angry entitlement, because you didn't do what you needed to do. The Hurricanes beat your arse. You're gone. Bye-bye. We'll see you later.
So here's something interesting. The committee, they don't show you
Let's actually talk about the teams that are relevant.
Yeah.
Notre Dame's not relevant.
They don't show you it all to the Vandy point, but they do rank all the teams still. So Virginia will be the 19th team ranked in the country when Missouri plays them. They ranked Vandy 14. So how it went was Miami was 10, Notre Dame 11, BYU 12. They actually ranked Texas 13 above Vandy. So Vandy had no chance. And part of that is being that
Texas had a better resume than
they
Vanderbilt.
lost to Texas. So the head-to-head was fine there.
Yeah.
They lost to Texas and they lost to Bama. And their best win was Mizzou.
Yeah, when they were ranked. See, here's what they did.
But
they beat 4 teams that were ranked when they played them. All 4
actually at Tennessee was their best win.
And then all 4 ended up being not ranked or right at the very end.
But okay, here's the problem. I agree with that argument, but they beat South Carolina, who went 4-8. They beat LSU, who went 7-5. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I agree that part of the reason why those teams are ranked lower are because Vandy beat them, but Vandy beat them and then they turned out to not be very good.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So that's where like the preseason AP ranking shouldn't really matter.
And here's again, welcome to the SEC.
Yeah.
And even Ohio State's awesome Caleb Downs last week.
Yeah.
He's one of the best defensive backs in America. He had a quote last week where he said, "You play men every week in the SEC."
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say there's any days
He was
off.
in Bama.
And he's like, "You play men every single week."
Not in the Big Ten.
Not in the Big Ten. The Big Ten is nice. They have 2 damn good teams, maybe 3.
Oregon?
But when you go top to bottom, come on. Let's get out of it. And you don't have to play. There's a reason why the Big Ten teams didn't have the schedules that the SEC did, because they don't have the amount of teams in their league. That's why it's going to be very difficult.
And where the difference is between Vandy and Mizzou.
When you add a 9th game next year.
Yeah, because it's men every day.
And I'm not trying to go at them. I deal in fact. These are facts that we're talking about.
And why I think if you're Mizzou, you're going, man, we still have a chance, because Vandy's schedule was soft. You know, after you take a step back and you let it breathe, if they would have beaten Texas or Bama, they're in at 11-1, but they only had really 2 chances for good wins.
Correct.
Mizzou, though, I'll count Vandy as would have been a really good win. A&M, Oklahoma, and Bama. Like, if you beat Oklahoma and Bama, I think Mizzou's probably in, because that's 2 teams that ended up being pretty darn good.
But how this ended up, I don't have an issue. I mean, it's like
no. I think it was
now
all
it's
right.
like, oh, I'm not as upset about Missouri.
10-2 might have left them on the outside.
I think they would have been on the outside looking in.
To get in, they probably would have had to beat A&M and Bama.
I agree.
If they beat A&M and Bama and went 10-2, they probably get in.
So now here we are with the teams that are in and the relevant teams. The fact of the matter remains, I love watching Indiana, but I don't think Indiana's going to win the national title.
No, I don't either. I think
love them.
Really, really good.
And Signetti's the best coach.
But I think we have the same national champion.
Well, my national champ is Ohio State.
Or Georgia. One of the 2, I think.
But
I have Ohio State as well.
And Vegas thinks Ohio State is the favorite to win as well, and even after losing to Indiana in that game.
Go to DraftKings, use code STL Sports if you want to get your predictions. And I actually had a little bonus bet on DraftKings, and I just because I thought the value was really good, laid a little wager on Alabama to win the national championship.
Oh, there you go.
I still think they're really good. I don't think they will.
No, they're good.
But
I'm telling you, they're good. It was a bad night.
I think they're still really good. I think they'll beat Oklahoma, and I think they can beat Indiana.
Do not sleep on. Yeah, what happens if Alabama beats Oklahoma?
If it's Alabama, Indiana, I will be taking Alabama. What do you think that spread will be? Indiana -2?
I don't know. I just
-3.
The one thing is that I've liked about Indiana is their offensive and defensive lines, and I would love to see it against Alabama's line. Then let's see what they can do from that standpoint. And
their defense is awesome.
Yeah.
Their offense, pretty good. Ohio State's defense is great, too. I think that Mendoza made all the right throws when he needed to, and he's the Heisman winner now.
Yeah, he is. And I love him, but I'm kind of like,
It's all in stats. None of their stats are good.
With Heisman candidates this year, it's like, and it happens.
Should be Jacob Rodriguez, that Texas Tech guy. Well, he's the best player in college football.
He is, but he wasn't even the best player in his game the other day.
No, 2 picks from the other linebacker. Yeah,
I was like, wait a second, who's this? And that kid's got a couple years left.
Yeah.
So I love it. I love where we are. I do like Ohio State in that, although James Madison matching up with Oregon and it's a 20-point game already. I'm like, oh,
that does suck.
That's not fun. And I don't like Tulane and Ole Miss.
I think that could be a game.
Even though Ole Miss already destroyed them with their previous coaching staff.
I think it could be a game.
I'm just like, yeah, okay, I see you. So, we'll see how it all plays out. Look forward to what happens here and then next year and see how scheduling goes with teams.
Do you think they'll expand it to 16?
I would have loved it this year. This year would have been the perfect opportunity. I know Eli Drinkwitz has been on a 16 team.
He's won like 24.
I'm fine with 16, but take the conference championship games away. I don't want I do not like the conference championship. I don't see a reason for them. I don't see a purpose for them anymore. And not with this new playoff. So if you're going to add more teams and take away the conference championships.
Do you think there's a way? Okay, so let's say you take away conference championships, then maybe you go like, I still think like teams should get a bye. Certain teams, like the top 4 should get a bye. Like there's got to be a way to work it to where you can narrow it down. I don't know the exact number you would put in to have a couple like wild card games.
I don't know either. I have to sit down and talk and think about it. I know buys did not help teams last year.
No, they didn't. They did not.
So
I'm curious. What do you want? 16? Then is that the number you're looking for?
Yeah, I'd like 16. I don't think we need any more than that.
No. Once you're getting past
most every year, I mean, I could legitimately. Yeah. I mean, if you had these teams all playing, I'm not kidding. Just because what I saw this year on neutral fields, 1 through Vanderbilt, that's 1 through 14. I could see making a run, and winning a national title.
I agree with you.
Outside of James Madison and outside of Tulane. I'm sorry, everybody else I could see making a run at a national title.
Yeah. I think
Tulane does not have the line play that they need to play against these SEC teams.
I think Tulane can keep up
they don't
with Notre
have,
Dame.
Yeah, they don't. Notre Dame.
Ole Miss.
Or Ole Miss. Oh, okay. Maybe. I could see how that would work with the coaching staff. But
maybe not win, but it's like a 17-point spread. Maybe cover. I'll go cover.
Yeah. I mean, so there you go. I
do wish there was a game or two this weekend. Like, that's what I know. Army Navy is this weekend. At
least we have Army Navy.
Yeah.
And
get us through.
You've got that. I know.
It's a bleak day. You got NFL Sunday. All right. Let's take a quick break. Come back. We're going to talk about the border war.
Oh, boy.
Things kind of fell apart for the Missouri Tigers yesterday in Kansas City.
Is it going to get worse?
We'll ask that.
I'll give you my thoughts on the head coach, which I've been doing for a couple of weeks.
Okay. Vic Faust has you coming up next on the Lou Information Station.
The Lou Information Station, a whole new way to enjoy content created just for those of us in the St. Louis area. It's a whole new way to advertise and promote your business. Reach out and find out just how different we are. If you're tired of one-sided advertising offerings or your traditional media rep trying to shove digital marketing down your throat, visit louinfo.com and click on advertising. Or email partnerships@louinfo.com for more information.
Fast Track Auto Transport has been a trusted leader in vehicle shipping for over 25 years, providing reliable, affordable service across the U.S. Fast Track offers fast and safe transportation solutions for individuals, dealerships, fleets, and businesses of all sizes. The Fast Track team prides itself on honest communication, competitive pricing, and real-time tracking, which gives our customers peace of mind from pickup to delivery. Whether you're shipping a single car or managing a large fleet, Fast Track delivers a smooth, hassle-free experience every time. Come see why Fast Track Auto Transport has been St. Louis's go-to company for all your vehicle transport needs for over 25 years. The trusted way, the safe way, the Fast Track way. Visit ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004. That's ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004.
Louinfo.com news headlines brought to you by Brown and Crouppen. GetBC.com.
With your Louinfo.com news, I'm Jared Cirillo. A Granite City police officer who was shot multiple times last Friday is now expected to make a full recovery. Mayor Mike Parkinson made the announcement after visiting with the officer and his family on Saturday, adding that he is in very good spirits. The department says the officer was shot by a suspect who opened fire after authorities responded to an unwanted person call on Johnson Road. A man has died after he was struck by a vehicle on I-70 in St. Louis. State troopers said the man got out of his vehicle after being involved in a crash on the highway near Bermuda Drive and was fatally struck by another car. And a teenager who escaped from the St. Louis Juvenile Detention Center last month is now back behind bars. Police say the 16-year-old was spotted by police trying to forcibly enter several homes on the south side last Friday. The teen tried to run again and allegedly discarded a gun in the process. The Lou Information Station is streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Now, louinfo.com weather. Presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports. Anytime, anywhere.
Here's your louinfo.com weather update. We'll be getting sunshine today. Cool high pressure moving in. That'll keep us in the low 30s. For the overnight hours, some clouds, and we're in the upper 20s. And then sunshine on Tuesday. Will be a lot warmer, too. We'll be in the low 50s. Might be a little bit breezy. Mix of sun and clouds and a little cooler on Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com and the free Lou Info app.
When you buy a hot tub, you want more than bubbles. You want value that lasts. At St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse, their low overhead means premium American-made products priced better than the competition and the best price guarantee in town. They'll beat any local dealer on a comparable model. With over 38 years in business and 400-plus five-star reviews, you can trust they'll be there to service your spa long after the sale. St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse. Highest quality, best price. Visit besthotTubPrices.com today.
People ask all the time, Who the heck is Low Cost Airlines? Well, we're not just one airline. When you're talking to us, you're talking to everyone. We are the discount supermarket for all airline tickets. Plus, we have all the airlines and always have the best prices. American, Delta, United, plus all the specialized international airlines and a lot more. And we make it easy. We guarantee you'll talk to a live human in 60 seconds. You can have the rate you need and have your trip booked in 5 minutes. Now, how cool is that? And remember, when you're talking to us, it's like talking to every single airline available with one fast phone call. All you need to do is call and find the best prices to fly wherever it is you want to go. So are you ready? Call Low Cost Airlines right now. 800-298-0306. 800-298-0306. 800-298-0306. That's 800-298-0306.
The Earl Austin Experience with Earl Austin Jr. Saturday mornings from 9 to 11. Brought to you by Fast Track Auto Transport, St. Louis's go-to company for all your vehicle transport needs. Visit ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004.
Buddy. What do you say, buddy?
Man, life comes at you fast. 1 minute you're cruising home, the next flashing lights in your rear view.
And that's when you need backup. With the Legal Buddy app, you can connect to a local attorney in seconds.
Seconds? Not waiting days for a callback?
Nope, right away. DWI, car accident, criminal charge, traffic ticket, Legal Buddy's got your back.
So it's like having a lawyer in your pocket.
Exactly. Someone ready to step in the moment you need them, no matter the situation.
That's peace of mind.
That's Legal Buddy.
We're always going to be buddies, right?
All right, where do I get this?
Just download the Legal Buddy app at LegalBuddyApp.com. Register and use code LEGAL for your chance to win a $250 Amazon gift card.
Nice. Tickets, accidents, legal trouble, you're covered.
The Legal Buddy app, always on your side. Download it today. Enter code LEGAL for your chance to win a $250 Amazon gift card.
Buddy, it don't get much better than this.
Yep.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify. 800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. That's 800-803-1961.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify. 800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. That's 800-803-1961.
Tune in each week as STL Sports Central, the Lou Information Station, and the Too Many Men on the Mic podcast present the Mid-States Club Hockey Association Game of the Week. Brought to you by Mattingly Lumber, Vantage Credit Union, Chicken and Pickle, and by the Watson Private Wealth Group at Stifel.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify. 800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. 800-803-1961. That's 800-803-1961.
And we're back here on the Lou Information Station. We're going to talk some football, talk some college football, kind of the state of it. Missouri plays December 27th, Saturday night in the Gator Bowl against the Virginia Cavaliers. Grant Saltzman, Vic Faust here with you. We had the border war yesterday in Kansas City, and
that was a war?
It's supposed to be a war.
That was a beatdown.
Before we get into it, that game should always be on campus.
Yeah,
it's so stupid that it's in.
Well, you can thank. I'm kind of prickly today.
You can thank who was before DRF.
Oh, he was terrible.
Yeah, he's the one that negotiated that deal.
Yeah, that was wasn't he down at Baylor? Didn't he just get fired from Baylor for yelling at a player on the sideline?
Gosh, what was his name?
Yeah, Mac Brown wasn't, or
no,
not Mac Brown, but
Jim Sturk.
Oh, Sturk.
Yeah, he was bad.
Yeah, he left a lot to be desired.
So there's one more year left on the deal. Missouri now in the 6-year deal is 1-4 against Kansas. Obviously, the win coming last year, actually a year from yesterday, was when Missouri beat number 1 Kansas at home. They lost 80-60 to the Jayhawks, and I will say a very competitive first 15 minutes. Missouri led most of the first half, and then after that awesome Mark Mitchell dunk where Missouri took the lead, everyone was fired up. It felt like they were right, had a strangle, their claws were into it. There was going to be a close game. Kansas ended the first half on a 12-2 run, and I think got it all the way up after the start of the second half to about 26-4, 26-5 run, and that ended the game right there. Missouri's been really bad their last 2 games at inning halves and starting halves. Vic, you're prickly, you're fired up.
No,
Mizzou loses by 20.
Yeah, the game changed when you had the technical situation. Both teams were issued technicals. They got a bad break. Missouri got a bad break. Do you really think you're going to get calls in Kansas City at the Sprint Center against Kansas when it's about 85-15 fans, 90
T-Mobile Center now?
At the T-Mobile Center? Really? Do you really think? No, you're not. You find a way to make things work out. You don't make excuses. And that's why I am very down on Dennis Gates today, because I really was rubbed the wrong way by his press conference after the game. I don't like excuse making. I was telling you during the break, I had the chance to cover Tom Izzo for a long time at Michigan State. John Beilein, people may forget about him as a basketball coach at Michigan. He took a Michigan team and a program that was way down on its luck, and he turned them right back around. These men would never make excuses. They never did. They blamed themselves, and they went right at their team. They did what needed to be done. I don't see Dennis Gates doing that. Yeah, can you tell I'm already fired up?
I can tell. Yeah.
The blood is boiling. It's only sports, Vic. It's not life and death. No, here's the thing. Don't make excuses. Yeah, the game changed. And Dennis Gates said it changed after that. He's like, the game wasn't being officiated a way where Mark Mitchell could be the best that he could be.
Which he said last year as well.
And I'm like,
it's frustrated when they can't get to the free throw line.
I know. It's just no excuses. It's you win or you lose. And after I watched the first half, I'm like, Kansas is not some better team player-wise than Missouri.
No.
I don't see that. So then I'm like, then I go to coaching.
Well, Unless you Darren Peterson, who's the projected number 1 overall pick.
He's good,
the best player on the court.
But they had him in check in the first half.
He had 17 points. He didn't play the second half.
Wait, he had 17 in the first?
He had like 15 in the first half, and he had like 2 more in the second, and he got hurt.
Okay, that's okay. But here's the thing about him, is the fact that even with him, Missouri was still the better team.
Yeah.
They were the
just
better
as
team.
good. Yeah.
And the other part about it was the fact that they had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to extend. They missed several close-up shots. They couldn't hit free throws.
No, they shot 34% from the field.
And then that's right. And then those shots, I understand contested shots. And when you get into basketball, you have to break it down. Yeah, anybody can go out and make shots on a court. The key is to make them when they're contested. Many of their shots were not contested. They just missed shots. They were not ready to play in arguably the biggest game of the year. It's Kansas in Kansas City. And Dennis Gates, because of the way that he has scheduled this year, has only given you 3 opportunities to beat teams to show an NCAA. And this is why I'm worried, because what I saw yesterday shows me a team that's not going to get an NCAA bid.
And Vic, they play Alabama State, Bethune-Cookman, then Illinois, Florida, Kentucky.
Yeah. They're not beating Illinois. They're not. I watched Illinois on Saturday. Not only does Illinois play a better brand of basketball with an idea of an offense, they have better players.
Yeah,
they do. And it's not me being negative. It's just like, let's be real about this. So I would have loved to have heard Dennis Gates yesterday come out and say what needed to be said. I am not doing the job that I need to be doing as a coach, instead of talking forever about why we need this rivalry and why it's so good. Let's make it a rivalry first, and then let's talk about the future, because right now we're not. I still keep seeing Drake from last year in my mind. Drake. And then their head coach goes to Iowa, and Iowa is also now a better team than Missouri. And I'm like, damn, and I know the recruiting. Oh, but we've got such great recruits coming. Is that getting us to the tournament this year to win games? No. And that's what I'm worried about.
I think Dennis Gates, he's a player's coach. I think that part of the frustration is, and what I'm frustrated with is, on the offensive side, Vic, there's not a lot of rhyme or reason to what Missouri's doing. It's iso ball. It's, hey, go out there and hoop. Be the better player. And right now, Missouri is not that. Bill Self coaches Kansas's offense to be better than the sum of their parts. Oh, and it helps when you have Darren Peterson, the number 1 overall pick. I'm not going to lie.
But you know what? They moved the ball well, and they had so many open 3-point
Where
shots.
Missouri's was, hey, give it to Mark Mitchell. Oh, he gets double teamed. Hopefully he can get it out somewhere and we make a shot. And Mizzou couldn't shoot. The problem is that there's no offense. There's no moving. There's no sets being ran. There's no offense being ran. If Mizzou doesn't just outplay them, they can't win the game. Now, to your point about the recruiting, Missouri does have the best recruiting class. They'll have one of the best players in the country.
Yes.
Next year, Vic.
Yes.
The strategy might work. The strategy of, hey, go out there and hoop.
So I got to be patient another year of us not going to the tournament.
I think it's premature to say they're not a for sure tournament team. I definitely think they will now have to go.
Mark the tape.
I don't. No. I don't think they are.
10:44, December 8th. Vic says they are not a tournament team.
If you
say they.
No. If you put gun to my head and make me choose, I would say they're not a tournament team. But I still think there's a chance. You know, it's a weaker SEC. If they go 11-7 in the SEC, they're probably in.
But you know what? There's still 7 teams that are ranked in the top 25 in the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, damn, where's our hope? Where's our hope there? There's good teams in the SEC again. I know it's not last year.
But Vic, you know what?
I'm just so frustrated. We have no offense.
The beauty is, if you go out and you beat Illinois, we're coming in the next show after they beat Illinois and going, this team, they're going to make the tournament. Everything's okay. So I agree with you, and I don't think they're going to beat Illinois unless some things change. We need Jaden Stone back.
I was just getting ready to talk about Jaden.
We need Jaden Stone back, because I think he is what would have been a focal point in the offense, and we haven't got.
Who would have thought we'd be relying on Jaden Stone to come back?
He's really good.
Injured.
He's good.
I know he's good, but I think he's going to be even more valuable than what at least. Okay, maybe,
yes, more valuable than we thought he would be. I agree.
Thought he would have been, and that concerns me. And I'm like, man, let's see where it goes. I mean, you got to have leaders. I said at the beginning of the year, who's going to be able to be the Tamar Bates? Who's going to be able to be Caleb Grill? There's nobody on this team that's Tamar, and you've got kind of a minor league Caleb Grill.
With Cruz, yeah.
With Cruz.
And there needs to be a leader. Cruz has to step up. Mark has to step
the
up.
leader
Anthony Robinson
is
has to
Mitchell.
step up.
But Mitchell.
The problem is Mark Mitchell and Anthony Robinson and really Jacob Cruz, they're not vocal guys.
Nope, they're not.
From covering them last year, that is the issue. It's not that they're not good. They're good basketball players, but they're not vocal. And that was my question of Anthony Robinson and Mark Mitchell are very reserved, quiet guys. I want to go put my head down and play basketball, which is great. They're not issues.
A lot of times players take on the persona of their head coach. Not all the time, but many of the times.
I think Gates is a little more fiery behind the scenes than you see. From covering the team all last year, that is the perception I got, is that he's not afraid to light a fire under your you-know-what, but maybe he doesn't do it on game day.
Well, there's one thing about toughness, and then there's a second thing about mental toughness. Anybody can go run through a wall once. Mental toughness
is do it again.
As my coach at Mizzou told me, he was totally psychotic, and I say that in a positive manner. Andy Moeller, Dad's Gary Moeller, they were Michigan guys. Mental toughness is how many times you're going to run into this concrete wall for me.
Yeah.
And I don't see a lot of mental toughness with this basketball team when it came to the last two games. Those are the only two things. If they're going to beat anybody.
That Notre Dame game they really needed. They really needed that Notre Dame game.
The mental toughness, they gave up. When the tough got going, they didn't. And I just get concerned now because of the way that he's scheduled. And I despise his scheduling, even though he is the head coach making millions of dollars. And he says he plays these teams to see what he has to build his roster. Okay, fine. The bottom line is you're going to go 0-3 against the teams.
Yeah.
And then now all of a sudden you're going to supposedly run through the SEC and do enough to get to the tournament. That's why I'm concerned. That's why I'm a little bit prickly right now. And the only thing that could change what's happened at this point in time
could be Illinois.
Would be a massive upset against Illinois.
And if they do, all of a sudden we're sitting here going, okay.
You know what? There is a scenario where I could see it happening. Let me tell you.
I do too.
Here's my scenario. I'm going to give you the specific thing where I see it happen.
Because Mizzou almost beat him last year too.
Yeah. Is Jacob Cruz all of a sudden just starts banging threes.
And you know what?
Out of the gate, and then there's pressure on Illinois, and they're like, who the hell is this dude with his headband hitting threes that thinks he's a wannabe Caleb Grill?
You know who missed the game-winning shot in that game last year? Jacob Cruz had a corner three as time expired, kind of a fadeaway three, and he missed it.
Yeah.
And that would have been
I forgot
I can't
about
remember
that.
if it was game tying. I think it was game winning. Might have had to have been a review because his foot could have been on the line, but a game-clinching shot. Cruz missed it. Mizzou loses 74-72. I think we're going to have a close game, Vic. I really do. Dennis Gates, it's the last hope for this non-con schedule. I think he knows he's going to put his team against the wall, back him into a corner and say, hey, you guys want to start off well in the SEC? You guys want to get going? Have to win this game.
But I hope so. But the thing about it is I'm very concerned at the talent. I thought we would have, I'm concerned about our talent level. Is it enough to hang? Yeah, it's enough to hang. But keep in mind, let's remember Kansas has the name, but Kansas has lost some games.
Yeah, they're not as good as they are.
No, and they're not as good as they were last year.
No.
So that's why I'm concerned. I'm like, man, I feel as if there needs to be more pressure and serious questions to Dennis Gates, just like there's been questions and I guess contentious feelings about Eli Drinkwitz about not, quote, being this end-game coach guy. And he hasn't won. Eli Drinkwitz has done twice what Dennis Gates has done in his time. And he has put Missouri back more on a national map and a name than Dennis Gates has. Where is the criticism for Dennis Gates? So not as the person, you know him, I know him, but calling him out for the job that he has or has not done.
So let's say this team where we see right now.
And maybe I'm not being fair because I'm assuming they're not going to make the tournament for the season.
Let's just say they get in.
Because I had to watch Kansas beat our Arsh yesterday.
Let's say they get in as an 11 seed, 10 seed.
Okay.
Right on the bubble, they get in and they lose. Would you say, hey, that was a pretty good coaching job by Gates? The team wasn't as good as we thought it was, and they made the tournament, but they lost.
Determined. We got to see how we got there.
How it unravels.
Yeah, because we got to see what happens in the SEC. Okay. What I see right now, I would say yes, because I see another 7 or 8 teams that look to be better than Missouri in the SEC right now.
how I'll say is it would help continue to build momentum, just even a tournament berth. And a win obviously would be awesome. But, okay, so I think it would really show, okay, maybe that 0-18 game was a blip in the radar. Because where Missouri should be as a basketball school, because they have been really good at basketball for a long time.
He's only like 21-33 in the SEC.
I'm just saying where Missouri should be as a team with very good basketball history. I mean, if you're looking at the two sports comparing football and basketball, Missouri has a richer basketball history than football. But I'm saying Missouri should be a perennial tournament team. I'm not saying they're going to be the 1, 2, 3, 4 seed every year, but they should be perennially. They should be in the tournament every single year.
Which is why I think more pressure and more serious questions should be asked of Dennis Gates.
And if he gets into the tournament, that's when I'll start to believe that that 0-18 year really was just a blip on the radar.
And he needs to have a stop clock on him, like a shot clock, for questions that have nothing to do with X's and O's of basketball. I will bring it. Somebody pay me. And then you give him a countdown. When he stops talking about other teams' fan bases.
Yeah, that was crazy.
When he stops talking about the border war and why it should be continued to play when you just lost. I want the facts, the truth, and nothing but the truth, black and white. Let's talk about your coaching job and this team in the X's and O's.
Let's talk about the border war rivalry continuing real quick. Self's comment was the most cowardly, stupid comment I've ever seen. Did you see it?
From a sports standpoint, he is a coward.
He goes, oh, well, I would rather, this is great, but also playing UConn and getting the players the NIL money is great too. But he says that, but you know what he did? He rested Darren Peterson versus UConn. You know why?
Why?
Because he wanted him to be healthy enough to play Mizzou.
Okay.
So he does, you know what the old saying is?
Well, he can't lose.
Hey, actions speak louder than words. So what he did was he rested Peterson on Tuesday versus UConn to make sure he was good to go for Mizzou, because he could have played the UConn game. But then he comes out and says, well, we lose this game. It's not that important.
It's a good point. It's Bill Self. Come on. He hates Missouri, and that's fine.
Because we didn't hire him. We didn't hire him in 1999.
Well, we didn't hire him, but there were other schools that did. He hates us for that. Then he hates us for the rivalry.
Good.
But he hates us most because of the SEC.
I hate Kansas.
Yeah, so do I. And that's why I'm prickly today. And but Bill Self, he's not one of us. Dennis Gates is.
Yeah.
And that's why he needs to be held to a higher standard.
I agree.
For the money that he makes and the expectations. And you can't just walk around in a really nice suit with a very kind of, well, I've got a really good talking voice, and let me talk to you about Notre Dame for 5 minutes.
I think
you got to win games.
Of why we're holding Dennis Gates in a higher standard is because Dennis Gates does get it. He gets the rivalry, and I think part of him talking about that, I know is frustrating in the time, but he gets the rivalry. He understands how important this is. And I don't think Dennis Gates has any problem with us. If he heard us, what we're talking about right now, I don't think he'd have any qualms, because he knows versus Kansas, you have to be better.
Yeah.
If Mizzou goes, like, as crazy as it is, Mizzou could go, let's say in Mizzou's 0-18 season, when they didn't win a game. If they would have beat Kansas that year, hey, at least we beat Kansas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how serious it is. And to come out and lay an egg like that against Kansas is just such a tough pill to swallow. I cannot wait for football next year.
Same margins.
Well, Mizzou didn't only lose; they lost everything. They didn't lose the game because they lost the margins. They lost.
I was reminding you
there was no.
This
margins.
Basketball team loses all the margins.
The margins come into play in close games.
Hey, make your free throws. Make the front end of your free throws. Yeah. Don't do stupid fouls. Yeah. Don't miss easy shots.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
Simple coaching. As you've seen it in life, there are things in life where, guess what? It doesn't take effort to do.
No.
And those are those.
I cannot wait for that football game.
Yeah, I know.
We're going to roll them. We are going to
What you're talking about Kansas?
Them. Yeah.
Well, you would think so. I don't think they have a massive NIL budget to go get a bunch of players in the offseason. And yeah, that would be nice.
Feel good.
Yeah, it would be good.
Feel good. Feel really good.
But they own us in basketball.
Yeah, they do.
And they owned us yesterday.
Hopefully we figure something out to where that, to Gates' point, the rivalry gets extended with basketball and we still play yearly.
They're gonna extend it.
Mike Kelly's idea is the best idea.
What was
ever.
Mike's idea?
Mike's idea is that Missouri plays the last game of the season against Kansas like they used to, and on Saturday. And then on Sunday, you play in Kansas City. Both games in Kansas City. I kind of disagree. I think it should be where whoever's home. So the Saturday home game for football at Mizzou, and then the Sunday basketball game for football at Mizzou.
I like that.
And then you do it, your idea. But then you do it at Kansas the next year, Saturday or Friday night. I'm even more fine with that. I'd rather a Friday night basketball game than a Sunday. I want the night games.
So Missouri, from a football standpoint, you have your 9 SEC games, and then you're for sure one of your 3 non-conference every year is
the last game.
Is another heated rival
like Georgia and Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I gotcha. That's
but it should be like I actually, if I can correct it, Friday night in Columbia, then Saturday night or Saturday whenever they schedule the game, football game. Not in Kansas City. I want it to be on the campuses. So then Kansas the next year would do the same. Friday night basketball, Saturday.
I have to think about that from an emotional standpoint as a player after playing 9 SEC games. I'm just telling you.
Every other conference, a lot of Florida does it. Georgia does it.
Yeah, no, they do. You're right. Yeah, they do.
It'd be kind of a nice break. You get out of the SEC and you get.
But maybe. We're just assuming Kansas is always going to be horrible. But even when Kansas didn't have some good teams, they found ways to win in the past.
Yeah,
just because the emotion.
I know. They better win next year. That's all I'm going to say. They better win next year.
Because I didn't expect Alabama to play a good game against Georgia. I told my son, stay away from it.
Yeah.
So he bet Kansas basketball over Mizzou and won a ton of money.
Hate that.
He's Mizzou.
I don't even care.
He's like, Dad, Mizzou basketball sucks. That's why I'm betting Kansas today.
I knew they were going to lose that game, but I couldn't bet on Kansas. I can't bring it to I can't do it. Because then if Mizzou wins, I'm upset I lost money.
I get it.
All right. He's Vic Faust. I'm Grant Sullivan. Next Monday, when Vic comes in, we're going to be able to preview the last football game of the year as Mizzou takes on Virginia. Up next, Charlie Tune and the Posse on the Loot Information Station.
Receiver Kevin Coleman Jr.
And I'm Mizzou linebacker Josiah Trotter.
When we hit the field, we have each other's back.
And off the field, we got James Carlton.